Hi, my name's Dreama Carroll, and I wanted to teach you how to effectively use Twitter as part of your personal learning network. The benefits of having a Twitter account as an educator is that it builds your professional community. You are then able to interact with other professionals, not only around the country but around the world. You can promote positivity, you can share things, you can inquire and ask questions, and it just helps to build an entire community of resources. I already have a Twitter account, and so I am going to be going to Safari and logging in, not to the pizza place, but to the Twitter account. Now, if you don't have a Twitter, of course you can set one up. You just go to www.twitter.com and it will guide you through establishing an account. You will notice we are on my profile page. I had recorded this about 10 minutes ago and it was a little long, so I'm re-recording it. So you may see some tweets that I had tweeted out during the previous session. But what I really wanted to show you was that in Twitter you can establish relationships and do an enormous amount of professional development without ever leaving, your home. The first thing to keep in mind is when using Twitter, I do not use it as a social site. It is not for me to ask my friends how they're doing, asking them what's for dinner, telling them what's going on. I use it almost exclusively for professionalism. I am not only an educator, but I am also a news junkie, and so I love politics, and I am involved in that. And so you will see on my feed and things a lot of political articles as well. And then the only aside I have to that is I have two teenagers. You can probably see them in my screen up here, and I do follow my teenagers and interact with them. However, that's the only social interaction. Something I wanted to do when I first started is to post a tweet just to show you how Twitter can be engaging. And you can see the tweet says, "How do educators use Twitter effectively? Thoughts and ideas, please." And then I actually hashtagged that incorrectly. So it says ed hat instead of ed chat. So that could be why we're not getting as many hits as I had hoped. However, you can see that I hashtagged educators, and when I insert a hashtag in front of a word, all that does is mark or sort of highlight that word so that others can then go to search Twitter, and when you search educators, ed chat, ed tech chat, this will be one of the things that pops up, or one of the tweets that pops up. You can see that I have two favorites of it. I don't have any replies yet, and when you favorite something on Twitter, all of that does is save it so that you could read it at a later date. The favorites, you can see the Everyday Teacher is someone that favorited my tweet, and you can also see that it is not someone I am following yet. So this is another connection I have made. I can click right there to follow. And then it's also going to give me some other ideas. Edmodo, that's a great app to use in education. I could follow them. And then as you scroll down just through what the Everyday Teacher had been discussing, you can see they have a blog, they have some crafting ideas, writing with your left hand, a list of classroom management tips when your class gets out of control. Who doesn't? What teacher wouldn't use that? And I'm just going to click on the link they've provided and check that out. It's taking me to the Pinterest page, and you can see that then not only is it giving me that for getting in control of a difficult class, it's also giving me a whole other board how to modify student behavior. So what I would like to do is go back to this, and then I myself, I'm going to favorite that with the star button. That's going to basically add that to my reading list, and so then when I have some more time on another day, I can pull that up and read it. And if you go back to your profile, if I go to favorites, that hasn't popped up yet. Oh, there it is. Classroom management tips for getting control of an extremely difficult class. And then I had also marked this Gaggle post not too long ago, and um, it was tips for using YouTube safely in the classroom. And as I saw that, I thought, what educator doesn't need more work on using YouTube safely? And so I had saved that, and then when I have some time, I can click and go back and read that. I think I will now go back to my profile page to see if we've had any more hits on our tweet, and we have not. That's okay. I'll keep it up and running for a few days and see what other kinds of hits I get. But the main thing I wanted to show you guys is that Twitter doesn't have to be scary. The hardest part is just setting up your account, getting started, and then, like I said, when you start following people, start favoriting things. When you search, for example, a hashtag EdChat in the search menu, it's going to pull up a plethora of resources. You can see he's an educator, speaker, and blogger right here, and you can see that I'm already following him. Smart Brief Education, I'm already following that. Ohio Educational Association, I don't believe I'm following them, and when they pop up their short profile for you to look at, you can see right here I can add them. I hadn't been following them before. Mark Barnes is an incredible professional to follow. And if you would like to go see what Mark Barnes has to say, you can click on his page. It will take you to everything he's posted and how one simple tool makes teachers crave more student data. I mean, what an awesome product that would, or piece of information that would be. So I hope that this has been resourceful for you, and I look forward to talking to you guys in the future. Thanks.